Here is Barkley, left side, big hole, Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Terrace the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout, SGA. Probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit, throw. Oh, come on! Justin Jefferson, you gotta be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore!
Is it Brandon? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Icy with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. As always, we will recap yesterday first. Not my best work yesterday, and what makes me even a little bit more frustrated is a lot of the leans cashed. Norman Powell finished with 20. We needed 2 more points from Norman Powell. We shot 5 for 15. So we missed the straight and the ladder for a quarter unit. We got Neemias Queta under 21.5 PRs, no problem. John Morant, we missed because he rolled his ankle. He only played 20 minutes. He had 4 in 20 minutes. We were soaring there. After he rolled his ankle, Jaren Jackson Jr. went off. Now, I will say he was having a good game beforehand. However, he just went up from there. He finished with 31. So overall, 2 and 4, not my best work yesterday, looking to be better today. We do have just one game. Dave, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes, the retweets. Yes, sir. Let's go. Tundra, appreciate you tapping in. Still saying, appreciate you tapping in. Big win for the Steelers last night. Big win for the Steelers last night. Going over the NFL. I don't think anyone kind of expected Pittsburgh to win by that much. Rodgers had a good game. I think he was 12 of 13 in the first half. Kenneth Gainwell had a great game. Jaylen Warren, not so much. It looked like he might have got banged up. I think it was right before half. And then they just kind of kept feeding Gainwell. DK had a couple nice plays. Jonnu Smith, Darnell Washington. I mean, a lot of the guys on the Pittsburgh side of the ball just played really well. A-Chain had a game, but otherwise Miami did not do so well. Anything else on the NFL side? No, I mean, Pittsburgh looked good. Miami didn't. Miami never plays well in the cold. What's up, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. Do I like Brunson assists 6.5? I was looking at the over assists, if that's what you were thinking. Lock in. Yes, we are locked in this morning. Yeah, so just one game. Let's go ahead and get into it. That's a quick recap of the NBA and NFL yesterday. Wemby line 21.5. You see here he just played 20 minutes in that first game. First game back, last game versus Oklahoma City. He played incredibly well. His plus minus was crazy. I thought they used to show that here. Maybe not. Yeah, his plus minus yesterday was crazy. I want to say first half, he was a plus 20 in 6 or 7 minutes. I don't think he'll obviously always play up to that level, but he does really change the dynamics of that team, especially on the defensive interior. If you watched the last game, a lot of his minutes came in the second half. We can actually look that up here. First half, he played 7 minutes. Second half, he played 13, which is not super far off from like a normal floor, right? I think they approach it the same way tonight, where they try to get a bulk of his minutes in the second half, obviously trying to close the game down the stretch with him. I think his minutes do get extended here slightly. What do I think it'll be? I think like 24, 25, I think is what I see out of Wemby in terms of minutes tonight. So 24, 25 minutes. I would probably put him right around 19 points, but the upside is there. Can't really take into account head to head because New York's got a whole new coaching staff. But I will say, if you're ever going to play similar to a Tom Thibodeau minutes game, it will be this game. If you look on the New York side of the ball, while they haven't played a lot of games this season where they're playing 38, 39 for their starters, not that it's way below that. It's normally like 37 is your ceiling. So let's go look at this. On the average, Towns is at 30. Is that right? 33.2. Obviously, there's some blowouts and things of that nature baked into that. But in the last matchup, very competitive game, 37.2 minutes. I would assume he's somewhere in that realm today. All of these starters, Brunson in the high 30s, Hart in the high 30. Mikal Bridges actually played 40. I think exactly 40 minutes in the last game. I think OG will be in the high 30s. Josh Hart, high 30s, low 40s. Off the bench, you will see Mitch probably, depending on how foul trouble and things of that nature go, maybe high teens. Jordan Clarkson. Keep in mind, Miles McBride is out. And I think Shamit's out. Yeah, McBride and Shamit are both out. So I don't think you're going to get a deep rotation here. Kolek might play. Yeah, I think 15 might be his ceiling. Clarkson, maybe 20. Best case scenario, 20. He's probably somewhere between 12 and 20. And that's if Brunson were to get in any foul trouble or Hart were to get in any foul trouble. What did Mitch play? 17. I was thinking high teens. And keep in mind, Wemby could be coming off the bench again here tonight. You like Wemby's threes. I almost took Wemby's threes last game, and that would have been the only thing that didn't cash. Granted, the reason I didn't play it is I think we were all under the assumption they'd be quite conservative with his minutes as they were. I do think they go up today, but not a lot. I'm going to be kind of slow to bet on any Wemby props here. 21.5 is the point line. He had 22 in 20 minutes last game. Oh, he played 20. Yeah, 2021. Yeah. 9 boards, just 2 assists. He is 1 for 1 from 3. I do remember tracking that because I was interested. Cornet lines aren't up on FanDuel. Interesting. I would be interested in some overs there, probably. What were Cornet's minutes last game? Did he play the other 27? Does Props.Cash even have his lines up? Do any books have his lines up? Oh, I'm at 3s. That's why I'm tripping. Yeah, okay, here we go. 5.5 is a pretty low line. Yeah, Cornet is interesting because how many minutes is he running today? 24 in that last one. I do think he's right around 24 today. I think they split the majority, if not all, of the center minutes. And the only way, because I know they're trying to run Wemby a lot in the second half. If Cornet had a really good first half, you could probably look at some overs here. Yeah, he played 9 minutes in that first quarter. I think that will be similar today. And again, this is hey, CTB. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the likes and the retweets, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Yeah, with this being, it's a finals, it's an NBA Cup final game. Wemby, second game back. Coach basically said in an interview they're gonna keep the rotation similar. Yeah, Luke Cornett, I think, is also a difficult one to spot there. Wemby and Luke are both kind of tough, in my opinion. Let's talk about Towns. Starting him at the 5. He might play 25 minutes versus Cornett, which would be good for him, especially to stretch the floor, which we are getting a pretty high price. And it makes a lot of sense to me, the price being where it's at. I'm not interested in that rebounds price at all. 11.5. We start seeing like a painted 11.5 to the under in the market. I might actually look at the under there for Karl Anthony Towns. I make it 11.13. So at 10.5, super juiced. Is there a? Yeah, I don't like this over. Model would lean slightly, but if it would go to 11.5, it would lean under there at a decent price. It can't be 11.5 minus 150. Towns is I would lean over Towns points. I do think his minutes alongside Cornett, he should smoke him. Both of these teams struggle versus spot up, to be fair. Both of these teams struggle versus spot up. Let's see, like, some historical bigs. Have they stretched the floor well? Haven't played a lot of bigs recently that really shoot the 3. So that's an issue. Yeah, I lean over Towns points. I'm at 23 on the points. I lean over Towns points a lot. Let's go to the market and kind of shop this around. We'll go here. Okay. $20.5 minus 125 at FanDuel, minus 124 at Caesars. I do think he's going to play like 35 minutes tonight, barring any kind of foul trouble. Your biggest concern here is how many minutes does he play alongside Wemby? And honestly, this does not look that good. How many minutes does he play versus Wemby? If he plays 38 minutes, 20 of them are versus Wemby. Like, I'm not tripping on that. 18 minutes of Luke Cornett should be good enough to get maybe 5-6 on Wemby. Oh, Towns is interesting. Josh Hart. I'm going to move on from Towns. It's the closest I've come to a play today, though. Did Cade go under his RAs last night? That's about the only lean I actually didn't check, so I'm curious. Props.cash, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. John, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Sosa, appreciate you tapping in. Biz, M. Knight, Moneybag, Dave, Zoe, Justo. Appreciate all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Anunoby over his PRAs. Yeah, still, I'm like feeling the same way, bro. I really am feeling the same way. Let's move on. Josh Hart. We'll go in order. I'll get to Hart once we come across him, but I am curious in his RAs. Let's talk about Fox. 22 in the last game, 36 minutes. It was a cup game, 7 3-point attempts. Still had 15 field goal attempts. Okay, so everything from here over, I think it's literally they've now played 10 games together. Wow. Hilarious. This will be the 11th game, just the 11th game they've played together. This is his numbers. He's going to be facing, Wemby's not playing his normal minutes. I feel like I got to take Fox. It's 21.5 is painted in the market. Steady, the volume is steady. I like this. Like there's an outlier of 11, those 22s are a little higher, but you got a lot of 14 to 17 in there. I like that. I think Fox might be, let's build an SGP. I definitely can build an SGP for the people. Also, just thoughts. I like that full game underdog. Feels a little high for the cup game. I'm waiting on Fox because that bad boy is going 20.5. Fox over 20.5 when it goes. Which is exactly the line I like lean on Karl Anthony Towns as well. Let's talk about Fox rebounds and assists. Towns, I talked about his rebounds. Assists, I was at 3, so no value. Okay, cool. De'Aaron Fox, I haven't met exactly 3 3-pointers made, and I'm interested. Do I like his threes better today? So the 1.5 is obviously minus 200. Like, I don't want to lay that. I'm not seeing any alts available yet. Maybe if I refresh. No, I'm going to stay off of it. Rico, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like and the retweet, bro. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Yeah, you really got to bet this line. With Wemby, nah, I'm cool. 2 for 10. Although the last game, no, I'm cool. I just like Fox points, really. Assists, I come in at 5.46. So the 4.5 is crazy juice. The 5.5 is plus money. I'm cool on the assists as well. De'Aaron Fox points is my lean, but I think we can get 20.5 painted. Not mad at the Spurs money line. Shorter travel, although shorter rest. The argument could be made that they've got more young players on their team, so the money's probably worth it a little bit more. I mean, we're talking about millionaires, so $300,000 isn't hurting them, but it's obviously it's like an extra game check to a lot of these dudes. Moving on from Fox, lean over points. Castle is tough because I want to play over everything. These numbers don't look good, though. The assists look pretty good. Also, he's never going to be a sub 30-minute player, so that's nonsense. Yeah, so it really is just like his last 5 to go off of. Storage says Castle PA is over. I've got him projected at 20.27 points with the market just at 17.5. rebounds. I think I'm going Castle PRAs. At least until Wemby's back to playing his full minutes. I really like it. I'm going to run it. MGM, Rivers, Hard Rock, Sleeper, Profit X, The Score, Fanatics. One of those books. I want MGM. Stephon Castle. One second, getting this out. Prop builders at 114 giving, a pretty reasonable out to most people here. All right, Stephon Castle over 28.5 PRAs, first official play. Comments. What any thoughts on Brunson 25? I'll look into it. I don't know off the top of my head. Castle PAs. Yeah, we just ran the PRAs. Vassal assists. Okay. All right. We are on to Brunson. Brunson is our next. It's not cut and dry because the defense is. Let's think this one through. With Luke Cornett on the floor, I mean, just awful defensively. Like Brunson, let's say Wemby didn't exist. Brunson's scoring 40 tonight. Now, let's say Wemby and Brunson play half of their points against each other, or half of their minutes. My apologies. Much better pick and roll defender. I mean, arguably the best center pick and roll defender in the league right now. And I think he'll only improve. I mean, he's so tall and lanky. And, he's not the fastest guy on the court. But when you're 7'6", if you can just keep up, it's terrifying in the pick and roll. When Cornett's in there, scoring at will. When Wemby's in there, it's harder. It's a lot harder. They've really struggled the last 10 in the interior. We spoke on that. Wemby's back now. I don't know how that changed the last game with him playing just 20 minutes. Brunson. You know what? And thinking about it, his assists actually worry me a little bit too because the roll man defense becomes a lot better. You're relying on shooters, which – the Spurs are 23rd in spot up, so it's not an impossible ask. I think it's a good line. I don't have anything to bet on it. I think it's a good line. I make it 28.95. But then I can easily do a minutes adjustment here. I got him at 36 right now. Regular season game, fair. Tonight, I really think he's closer to 39-40. When I put him there, I will say it does impact my assist over greatly. Let's go talk about this assist over. Cash, your alt line shit's not working today. That's crazy. 8th in assists allowed to point guards. Damn. I don't have an opinion on either way on Brunson's assists. Just because it's the Wemby's minutes. If Wemby started full go, I actually know I wouldn't be on this. If Wemby started full go, I know I wouldn't be on this. Conversely, if Luke Cornett started full go, it would impact how I approach Brunson because I think I would still be more interested in the points, but PAs would be more likely to be on my mind at that point. Shit just got bright as hell. Yeah, I'm staying off of Brunson. That's a long-winded way of saying I'm staying off of Brunson. My favorite bet would be over his points because when it is Cornett in the pick and roll, it's over. And I only think Wemby's playing 24 minutes. Now, where do his 24 minutes stack with Brunson? My thoughts are Wemby plays like maybe 4 minutes. And again, this last game, he played no first quarter minutes. Thoughts are maybe the first 4 or last 4 of the first. Just give him a little run. Closes the second. 4 more in the third, somewhere in there. Probably the last 4. And then closes the fourth. That's an approximation. What's up, bro? Or a hypothesis, maybe. Because he played 20.7, call it 21 last game. Closed the second, closed the fourth. Those are just my thoughts, And so how much does he go up against Brunson? Close the fourth for sure, 6. Close the half, probably another 6. He's probably playing like only 12 to 14 minutes versus Brunson tonight, if I had to guess. So I would lean over Brunson's points. Yeah, I do. Long-winded way of saying that's my lean, not an official play. Harrison Barnes, Knicks are awful versus spot up. Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll go to the mobile app. I think they're second last. Okay, so yeah, the Knicks are 7th versus pick and roll ball handler and 29th versus spot up. Correct. Let me go see how many. I think Harrison Barnes is scoring a brick of his points from spot up. Yeah, how does 40% sound? Mostly above the break, although he gets some corner shit done as well. And they're bad from above the break. Terrible from the corners. I like Harrison Barnes to hit 2 threes tonight. I don't like the price. $27th in attempts, 25th in makes. Lean over Harrison Barnes threes. Lean over Harrison Barnes threes. Rebounds and assists. Let's go to the model. So I like his points over as well. We might just have to run Harrison Barnes. Only played 27 in the last game, though. That was an elimination game. Maybe his minutes are impacted. I haven't looked at Champagny yet. Barnes' first quarter points. What is the line, Rico? Is it 2.5? Is it 3.5? What is the line? I got 2.5 minus 140. 2.5 minus 140 on Barnes. I actually like that a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. I like that a lot. I don't really bet first quarter shit, but okay, interesting. Interesting. Rico, I'm not going to track that. It's only available at 2 soft outs. I like it. Like, I like it. I would bet it. I like it. Even at 140. You know how I bet. I'd probably go 1 unit, reduce risk. And but yeah, I like that a lot. I'm not mad at that at all. Bro, low key, I think he probably hits a 3 in the first quarter, like 1-3. So you get it just off of that. Like, yeah, I like the Harrison Barnes look. I do like the Harrison Barnes look. Someone asked if I like his boards. Let's go to the model here. So I like his threes, as I mentioned. I'm at 2.83. Price is crazy on that, though. Rebounds, no, I don't like his rebounds. Assists, yeah, I do. So you could go PAs. Interesting. I'm gonna stay off Harrison Barnes. Oh, minus 130 on 365. Okay, I didn't see that. I definitely play it at that price, bro. Yeah, staying off of Harrison Barnes boards, I think. Yeah. OG Anunoby. Threes are my like interest here. I know they struggle versus threes. He's got, remember, there's some injury stuff here. In the last game, he was at 40. I am super, super, super confident we can put him at 32 and get more realistic expectations. You do see his threes number is actually up a little bit. It's over 2.5. So books know what's up. Honestly, this 17.5 is crazy inflated. His season average is 16.2. So minutes bumps have already been applied, is what I will say. What do I put his minutes at? I can probably bump them. 31. I don't think he's playing anywhere near 31 tonight unless there's foul trouble. 38. How do you feel about Mikal Bridges' points and assists at 18.5 for 112? Recently just cashed his points and rebounds, and I will say off the top of my head, this morning I leaned over points and threes. So I haven't got into it yet. I will look into it, but this morning points and threes stood out to me when I was doing my numbers. I didn't get to like circle back to props.cash and go through it, but points and threes stood out when I did my numbers. Mitch Robinson's boards. We'll circle back. We talked about this. I lean over, but I'm struggling with what his minutes are going to be. I do think like 17 should be a floor. So like if we go 15 to 24, it looks pretty good. I mean, there's some struggle spots late. I definitely lean over. The other part of this I mentioned with him coming off the bench is Wemby came off the bench last game, and I'm not sure if they're making the transition back to starter tonight or not. I was actually shocked when he came off of the bench, but they played well and won, so I'm not sure he makes the adjustment to tonight, so I don't know how often he's going up versus Wemby or versus Cornette. I think this is similar to like Jalen Brunson's points, where if this were in a normal game and Wemby played 32 starter minutes and Cornette played 18 reserve minutes and Mitch went up against Cornette in a lot of those, I'd smash it. But with NBA Cup rotations already being weird and then being different because of the cup setting, I'll probably stay off of Mitch. I couldn't talk you off. If you made me bet on his rebounds, I'd go over. And then I would pray to God he played 18 to 22 minutes, mostly versus Cornette. Because Cornette's not going to pull you from the basket as much either. So that's what else you got to keep in mind. Barnes scored 10 plus versus Knicks and 18 of last 20 versus them. Yeah, no, I mean, there's something to that, but this is a cup game. Barnes has probably been on 3 teams since the last time he's played them, so his role's changed, and he's getting older, so his he's not what he once was, but he still can be good on any given night. That man's made a lot of money in the league, he's finessed some teams. So good for Harrison Barnes. I took OG 4 boards. Okay, this is actually a really good, I think it's 4.5. So this might be a lot lay piece. But yeah, even the 4.5 this morning caught my eye. I think I did 30. He will be going up against Harrison Barnes as well. Yeah, OG's rebounds is actually pretty interesting. Q from Cincy, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the like and the retweet. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Rebounds is where I want to go. Yeah, FanDuel's still at 136. Rivers still at 136. We got a 130 at Fanatics. We actually have a 125 at MGM, yes. So MGM's asleep at the wheel over there. What else is new? See, this is that bullshit where I want to bet this, but nobody's open. Let me give you guys my projections with 36 minutes played. $7.2. Yeah, 16% edge at the one book that's open. This is so stupid. This is annoying. Do I like his points? I don't think I like his points. Do we go PRAs for OG here? We might just go PRAs. Somebody beat me to it. Can y'all tell me if there's been injury news? Because why did this line move two points since I've been on stream? Why did this line move 2 points since I've been on stream? They just knew it was wrong, and I was just slow to it. Yeah, there's no injury news. Damn, this moved 2 points while I was on stream. If I show you this page right here, this is my model. When I ran this right before stream, 22.5. I make it 25.4. The market's now at the correct price. Fuck. Not mad at a Castle double-double. Let's look into it. I'm pissed at myself for missing this OGPRA. If you got the 22.5 today, congratulations. You made an incredible bet. If you're like me, you missed it, and now you're pissed. Mikal Bridges. Let's see how this one's moved. It's moved, literally. Why do I just wait? Why do I ever wait to bet shit? Try to wait until I get it out. Yep, gone. 1 game slate. Of course the shit's gone, man. Wow. I mean, just an idiot. My wife tells me I got to be nicer to myself. I mean, should have been on that, Matty Ice. Should have been on that one. You know what's interesting is I noticed the total in this game has gone up 3 points this morning as well. This year's CLV seems to be an auto chalk. You're right, bro. I mean, you're right. Maybe we fade it now. Maybe we bet the under now. I will tell you, Mikal Bridges' PRAs went from 22.5 to 23.5. OG Anunoby's went from 22.5 to 24.5. Lean over everything, Mikal. Just upset that I missed the best of this number. Shampity, 26 minutes last game. Should be a good catch and shoot opportunity for him today. You got some stragglers around minus 135 on the over 1.5. Could be a great lay piece. I do think he'll get open opportunities today for sure. Not mad at the 7.5 points, honestly. Basically everyone's 6.5. So play it there. Yeah, I like the 6.5 points for Shampany as well. 26 minutes in that last game. I don't think he loses more than that. Only thing I'd say about Towns under PRA is just be careful for super extended minutes because it's like a playoff game, basically. 1 second here. All right, we straight. Damn, I like Champagne's points. Champagne's points, 7.5. Okay, yeah, this line is bumped too. Like every line is bumped this morning. Apparently, it's crazy. In the last hour, like I don't understand it. Lean over Champagne's points. There are some 6.5s in the market, but everyone's basically moved to 7.5. Someone did request, wait, what was your verdict on OG boards? I didn't run it, but I do lean over. If you have MGM specifically, I think you have to run that minus 125. The 136 at FanDuel is getting a little further away than I want to be at, but if you have the MGM 125, I think you have to bet it. It did lead me off into a rant about how I'm upset I didn't just bet the PRAs. PRAs moved from 22 to 24.5 this morning, like literally while we've been on stream. So I was just upset I didn't get the best of it. I do still absolutely lean over OG's rebounds. I'm just watching so much shit move right in front of me right now and don't know what to attack. Champagne's points are going to 8.5. Like, no doubt in my mind. Mitch Robinson PR. I touched on this briefly earlier. The reason I haven't bet anything, Mitch, is I don't know what his minutes will be versus Wemby opposed to versus Luke Cornett. These are tight games. A lot of players aren't hitting their lines, to be honest. Nah, bro, I know. That's why I'm being so conservative today. I'm not getting rinsed on a one-game slate. I'm not getting rinsed on a one-game slate. I've got one bet out. I would like to talk about some SGPs. It's a cup game. What are my thoughts there? First of all, I think there's going to be a lot of threes because of the way these two teams play defense. I think they're going to pack in the paint. So, like, I do lean over a guy like a Mikal Bridges points or threes. I don't like him to hit three, though. That 150 at Rivers for two, like, I honestly think that's a great bet. 150 to hit two, I think, is a great bet. I like Champagny to hit 2 threes tonight. I really like Champagny to hit 2 threes tonight. You can lay a 135 there, 140, 45, 50. A lot of options. I like those two guys to hit their threes tonight. Josh Hart, points, rebounds, and assists. Okay. I know he's playing, but did he get a little banged up in the last game? Did he go like knee to knee with somebody? Am I thinking of the right guy, the right game? I feel like I remember that happening. Okay, I have a couple thoughts here. I have a couple thoughts here. As I'm finishing up my straight thoughts. Straight bets are just one, dog. Just one. I do like Josh Hart under his rebounds, but I think his minutes get extended tonight, and that worries me. I do like Josh Hart under his boards, though. Is that going to be my second play? And then I think I am circling back to OG and just going to play his rebounds. We can reduce the risk on it. I think I can bet a Josh Hart under 22.5 PRs. I'm actually looking at the under here for Hart. I'm actually looking at the under here. 112 at FanDuel, best price I see. Yeah, bro, I am. The more I looked into it, Jonesy, the more I decided to stay off of it. Actually prefer his minutes, but the Wemby minutes played together really are throwing me off. Not liking Hart RAs. I like his. If you want to go over, I like the assists. If you want to go under, I like the rebounds. Under rebounds, over assists. No opinions on points here for Josh Hart. Over rebounds, no. Under rebounds, over assists, nothing on points. Those are my thoughts for Josh Hart. I am going to go run OG right now, though. Minus 125 at MGM or minus 136 at Rivers. We're gonna put a couple plays out here. Top point scorer, Brunson minus 125. Got to be a price. I do like that a lot. I do like Brunson to be the top point scorer. All right. Run OG. Wild chance. Castle will hop. Maybe you mean hoop there. Think about 22 to 30. I could see Castle going off dependent on Wimby's minutes as well. He did do well in the last game. That's actually the one I was thinking of. I was looking at the beginning of stream. Castle. Oh, we did run the PRAs. Yeah, we ran Castle PRAs. That was my first play of the day. Yeah, I did run the Castle PRAs. OG Anunoby rebounds over. Towns points are going down. Fox possibly are as well. I really want to play Fox at 20.5. I like Mikal Bridges over 14.5 points at Caesars. No, that's 15.5. I don't like it as much there. Okay. Feel like I need to play something Brunson because of his usage because I'm scared by a point total. Bro, I'd honestly like the points better. I would honestly like the points better. I know it's 30.5, but I would lean that. Yeah, okay. Two straights that I think are locked in. I'm gonna go to FanDuel and build an SGP here, and then I'll drop it in the chat. And then we're gonna call it, bro. I got a 50% boost for FanDuel. And I like this right here. Brunson to give us 25. Vassal to give us just 2 threes. Just 2 threes. Not 3 threes. Just 2 threes. 68. Do I like Castle's threes better? No, not at all. And then Champagny. What about Champagny? Do we like him to hit 2 better? Kind of do. And we're going to get a little better odds here. We're at plus 150 on that. I like a lot of threes in this game. Unless we just went a straight threes away. Mikal, Anunoby, Champagny each to hit 2 threes. Plus 260 boosted to 391. Put a boost on it. Lock it in. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I ran that boost. Keep an eye out on the timeline. I'll drop some other parlays, most likely. Small money bets. Just what this one was as well. Small money bet. 2 plus 3-pointers made. 4. View my bets. Mikal, OG, and Champagny. Cool. Yeah, it's a small slate, and I do want to get out of here. We're an hour deep now. Hopefully that was a pretty good breakdown of the game. Hopefully I went over what any of your thoughts were. Mikal Bridges, 2+3s. OG Anunoby, 2+3s. Julian Champagnie, 2+3s. Is my FanDuel 50% boost for today. Also, I'm on Stephon Castle over 28.5 PRAs and OG Anunoby over 4.5 rebounds. I do have some other leans. Mikal Bridges points over, especially if you could get the 15+. And De'Aaron Fox, if his line drops any farther, I will be running his overs. All right, that's all I got for today. Best of luck tonight, man. If you are watching on X, drop a like, drop a retweet. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's